You are not alone. You are not alone in how you feel physically and mentally. Welcome to your Daily Whisper. I'm Kara Bradley, talking about all things women. Women in our 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. Hey, let's go up to the 90s. And let's talk about how most of our lives are spent after menopause than they are spent before. Hey, how about that? How about we learn how to come together, share stories, share our triumphs, and share our defeats? Let me tell you, my friend, I have felt very alone over these last 5 years as my body went through massive change very quickly. And I felt alone because I've spent my career learning about teaching, educating others in all aspects of fitness and wellness. And my body was impacted by perimenopause and menopause very quickly. And it was also during the time of a huge change in my life when I sold my yoga studio, but then also COVID and quarantine and all that came along with that. And I retracted. I felt very alone. And what's happening and what I've learned now that I am on the other side of the real seclusion, if you will, is that I am not alone in feeling alone. Menopause comes on, and when I say menopause, I'm really talking about the 10-year cycle from perimenopause to postmenopause. And what happens is that when our hormones start to change, estrogen drops, progesterone drops, testosterone shifts, our body goes through this massive rewiring, like a total operating system shift. And it takes our bodies time to readjust and adapt to these new levels. And because of that, our mental health takes a beating. Our all of our systems, our nervous system, our immune system, everything starts to change, our metabolism and more. And what I want to say is that women feel so alone because we are extraordinarily underserved in our education of what happens during menopause. It has been under-researched. We are underserved. We do not understand what we might experience, and we go through this alone. And if there's anything that has come out of the last 6 months of my own deep seclusion and understanding about who I am and what I want to do with the rest of my life, it is that we have got to stick together and help each other thrive during this time. I believe that we can come out so much stronger, more confident, more powerful, more wise, more purposeful than when we went into perimenopause. And I have no idea what it looks like, my friend, but all I know is that I have got to do whatever I can to help other women not feel alone. Even if it's just building a small community, as I'm doing here in this podcast and on TikTok and wherever else I'm called to share, we have got to recognize we're not alone. Most of what is out there as far as education talks about the big symptoms of hot flash, the hot flashes, the night sweats, the belly fat, the increased risk for heart disease, and they're all real and they're all really important. But there's a lot that's also going on that's very undershared, and that is what's going on in our mind, the brain fog that we feel because of all of these changes in hormones and in system reorientation, if you will. The brain fog is real, and the brain fog causes us to retract, to go inward, to not feel important, to not feel connected. that sense of feeling dismissed or invisible. Oh gosh, every time I say that, I not only want to cry because I have felt it, but I get the chills like you can't believe. And I think I get those chills is because I'm tapping into some massive truth that needs to be brought out into the open. Women, when we go into perimenopause and menopause, start to feel invisible, irrelevant, just not purposeful. I don't even have the words, and I'm not going to edit any of this because I want you to hear the emotion, really. There's such shame that happens in powerful women in their lives. It happened for me in my life, where I started to doubt myself. I started to compare myself when I never really cared. Started to worry about what other people think. A lot of this is due to all of this rewiring. The rewiring that makes us go inward and feel alone. So I know I'm a little bit all over the place today. I don't care, because I am sharing from my heart. I'm sharing my own direct experience, and I want to share my passion for supporting you, my friends out there, my fellow sisters. Let's gather. Let's make this topic one that needs to be discussed, so that women 45 plus don't go invisible. We actually become more visible, more powerful, wiser, more confident, ready to step up, to support, to share, to lead, to lead the world. Okay, all right, Kara. Enough for today. I would love to hear from you. If this is resonating, please just drop me a line. I've got my cell phone in the show notes. And I also have my email. You can find me on social media. Go find me on TikTok, where I am having a blast, at Menopause Mindset. Yes, my friend, this is it. This is where I'm headed. And I look forward to this journey with you. If this connects with you, go out there. Go make yourself be seen, because you are not alone. Go find your friends. Go share your story. Let's go.